Or he could have just not gotten a divorce.
And we're live. Well, we're recording. So how are we
Hello,
doing?
Summer of RWBY. Okay, I could do it like this. Hello, Summer of RWBY. Thank you for joining us on our retrospective on my RWBY audio dramas and our respectives on retrospective on RWBY in general. Joining me today is our Ozpin, LuckyTremendous.
Hello, everybody. Very excellent to be talking to all of you today.
And our lovable huntsman who completely did not get blasted to smithereens by RWBY and does not have a grudge against that. Austin, thank you for joining us.
I am still bitter about that.
I'm not. So good memory.
So many good memories. Anyway, today for the Summer of RWBY panel, we are here to discuss the retrospective on the audio dramas of RWBY and what our favorite memories of RWBY in general and what we hope for in the future. If we have a future, that is.
Yeah.
No doubt. As long as there are fans, there's a future.
Indeed. First of all, I'd like to start off with a little setting. It's 2021. It's the almost beginning of summer of 2021. I am basically still in my room, haven't gotten the vaccine yet because for God's sake, say it's taken forever. And I was waiting for MegaCon to get started up in August. So I thought, how can I keep myself busy? And then I thought, audio drama. I had to. I basically started making like a audio drama about a Christmas play, which RWBY and Miraculous Ladybug can team up on. And lo and behold, several months later, I have it all set up and ready to go in 8 parts, in which you could see right up in the eye. Anyway, so what was your favorite part of those 8 parts? I mean,
Oh, you're asking us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if I had to say, I enjoyed working on all of those different little snippets of the story, taking little memorable moments, nostalgic stories that are beloved all around the Christmas season, just RWBYfying, miraculousfying them, and just making them something enjoyable that fans of both fandoms could enjoy. I liked having the creative freedom to express myself along with you guys in making them a reality. If I had to say, though, my favorite was possibly either the Gift of the Magi segment or the one focusing entirely on Scrooge towards the end, because there's so much emotion put into them, so much depth, that it was great to have my name slapped on something so poignant and so seen by so many people. It was honestly a truly amazing time in my life when I was right smack dab in my enjoying RWBY phase. That's all I'll say.
Oh, okay. Well, my personal favorite, besides writing it, which I wrote 75 pages, which later turned to 86. Thanks, Lucky.
Oh,
Anyway, my favorite had to be the final 3 parts, which were the Christmas Carol ones. And I wanted to make something, where you had these really despicable characters and then turn it into something more heartwarming, basically. And fun fact, the original sickness that Oscar got sick from was the virus everyone was hiding from in 2021.
Is that right?
Yes.
Huh.
Austin, what was your favorite?
Man, I think it was... I'm not really sure if I could choose a favorite part of the comic, like of the drama, but like, I don't know. I guess my favorite parts, like, generally speaking, about doing it was finally being able to voice act. I mean, granted, I was a heckler trying to ruin the mood, but hey, it was just... I'm just glad that I've finally had some sort of opportunity to kind of appear in other forms of media. Like, I've definitely I make voices, well, in my off time. I've been on camera. I've done a lot of acting, well, not professionally or practicing, just in my own time. It was a really good opportunity for me to be a part of this, and I did wish I could improvise a bit more, like, and I will admit, I wasn't expecting the heckler to be my OC. That was not something that I planned.
It was a very unexpected over.
Yeah, that wasn't for me either. That was Ellie's. That was Ellie's doing.
Yeah, like, though I also wasn't expected to just be blasted into smithereens. I was expecting to just have the door slammed in my face, and you could still see that in the drawing, but yeah, I got yeeted
blown away.
I got blown into space.
He got blasted off again, RWBY style.
Yep, and speaking of being blasted away, the next one we have to do is from Halloween 2022.
Oh,
and
good.
that is where I got into horror for the very first time. Granted, I've always been a horror freak, but I really decided to make it, horror yet comedy.
Yes.
Although in the original version, it was pure horror. And basically in the original script, it called for, instead of Sun trying to drink all that and drink the ramen and just getting it flung around everywhere, Sun actually gets it undone, but in the ramen it was actually nail polish remover, which he drank and ended up dying from.
What?
Yeah.
And basically Team Sun gets basically killed off. Sage and Scarlet are basically murdered by the Onryo, and Neptune is boiled alive.
My boys.
And Jean gets his head cut off.
Oh my goodness. See, looking back, I was always wondering, because like writing these stories with y'all and putting them onto the big screen of YouTube, it was a very big stepping out experience for me, because I'd always been writing for projects, RWBY, in the community or otherwise, with more restrictions, more stuff like that, like more guidelines, where these projects I could express myself and be more freely. I always thought with that project, is very much a personal favorite of mine, how there was a lot of comedy. It really felt like a late 80s, early 90s horror film. I wondered if it was being too offset of the horror, but looking back, I still had a very good time making it.
Yeah, I also had a good time making it as well. Sorry, Mark, what were you saying? Just
no, you go ahead.
Yeah, like, this was also the very first time I got to edit for Mark, and edit an audio drama as a whole, and this was kind of where I decided to have a lot of fun, just with the entire thing, just creating an atmosphere, trying to make it seem like it was actually happening.
I introduced you to Silent Hill music.
Oh goodness, the Silent Hill music.
Though I actually got to use a bit of PlayStation Doom and Doom 64 music, because I feel like for this sort of audio drama, if there is ever going to be a horror sort of soundtrack, I feel like those games fit perfectly. And it was also kind of where I got to implement some Easter eggs. Considering the Onryo is basically my OC, I added a little, I had to add in some some Easter eggs for me. Literally the song that I was singing in that was Coin for the Ferryman by Nickelback, because if you happen to know anything about me, you'll know that I love Nickelback. I just had to sing that. And even at the very end, there was basically it was the introduction, at the very least, in any sort of video, of the Huntsman's melody. Though I decided to close it off with a mashup of Miraculous and RWBY's, of the Miraculous theme and RWBY's first theme. So that was fun to do.
Absolutely. I like
Yes.
at the time I'd been reading a lot of Junji Ito's manga, horror manga back in the day, a couple years back, and wanting to create the monstrous visages of the characters that the Onryo was turning them into upon capturing them. There's a lot of jokes, but there's a lot of body horror to balance it out as well. Probably could have used a tiny bit more horror looking back, could have kept a lot of those scary ideas. It would have been a lot of funny. Like maybe we could have had John. No, not John. Who gets decapitated? As you said, Mark.
Jean got decapitated.
Yeah, it was John.
He could have his head in his hands like a pumpkin looking back. But I loved the idea of when they captured Marionette, when this monster captures her, turns her into a giant ladybug with eyes where the spots should be. And that's just amazingly creepy. I would have killed to have fan art of that made back in the day. Just the horrificness of my mind.
Yes, I know. But I did. But at least I got Scarlet's. But at least I got Scarlet's zombified form done.
Yeah, great. I love that.
Yeah. Only. Okay, the final one, and this is one, and yes, there's gonna be another one later this year. Just figured I'd let that out right now.
Yeah.
The final one is basically the Nativity one. It was my first foray into religious sort of thing, which, yeah, I do get that, but sometimes I just figured, you know what, let's do this. You only live once, right?
Yeah.
And it was my first time working, with like a team coffee version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. When you first pitched the idea of the Nativity crossover, Mark, I'm thinking, I've never heard of anybody talking or doing something like this before, because nobody touches the Nativity scene anymore. It's seen as too niche when there's so many other people that celebrate other things around this time of year. Right. The audience is too small. But after a while, I came to realize, I admired your bravery for doing that, for wanting to make it.
Thank you.
And it was a great success. I was very happy to narrate it in my wonderful style that I do.
Yes. My favorite part had to be, getting Ruby and Oscar, no, not Ruby, Marinette and Oscar to Bethlehem, and basically going through like all the mood swings and the weird cravings, which Austin, thank you once again.
Oh, so good.
Oh my god, that was easily my personal favorite to edit. Just going. Yes, I knew from the moment that I saw the cravings and the mood swings, I had to implement the Fairly Odd Parents, Odd Parent sound bites, and God, the mood swing segment was just. That was easily one of my favorite things that I've done.
Mm-hmm. She's having a bit of boldness, but it's 4 p.m. How long does it last? Not long. 3 months.
Months.
Oh, don't worry, it'll be fine.
Yes, it was. Yeah, and it was just so much fun. Take something that's held sacred and make it at least a little bit more accessible, while also making it tame and not tame, but making it friendly for people who hold that in dear regard.
Absolutely. I mean, as a Catholic myself, I found it very respectful. You guys did a monumental job.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I need.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I'm not really the most religious person in the world, but this was a pretty unique experience for me, being able to just kind of contribute to a religious story like this and try and make it a bit more accessible and try and add a bit and again, trying to edit it and trying to create the atmosphere, the mood, the tone that I was trying to look for, the sense of panic when Marinette is about to give birth, the just the overall atmosphere of the nighttime in the desert, I think. The moment where the Star of David, where the star ends up shining and the three magi and head towards it to bring gifts to Jesus. If I'm sorry if I'm, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah. It was something we could. And the three magi, in case you guys haven't seen it, was Jean, Fox, and Yatsuhashi.
Of course,
And speaking of which, it was Fox and Yatsuhashi will be in the next one. It's gonna be a fun, and thankfully it's more Exorcist oriented.
Ooh, love it.
oh boy.
I've not seen a single Exorcist.
Yeah,
Oh, I must get my research hands ready.
and I'm not gonna do like entire thing of the Exorcist. It's gonna be more like from Courage the Cowardly Dog, basically the demon in the mattress sort of thing.
I see.
Yeah.
You're her favorite. Go see how she is.
Oh yeah,
That's gonna be
basically. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I did sort of take a couple liberties with that, and I also included some things from Rocco's Modern Life. Basically, it's gonna be instead of Spirit Away, which is whatever the thing that they used to exercise from the Mortimer Khan from like Heifer and all that stuff. It's gonna be plain yogurt and hawthorn berries mixed into something.
absolutely.
It's into a paste.
Oh, so many.
And you're using the super soakers.
Oh my
Which,
god!
by the way, happy early birthday, Fox.
Hey,
Hey.
but he can't see.
I'm gonna. Anyways, it's been like almost 10 to 12 minutes since we're recording.
Mhm.
Let's go around and see what our favorite RWBY moments are.
Oh, what a
Yes.
Yeah, I am. Like, bit of a disclaimer. I am still a bit of a noob when it boils down to RWBY. I have not seen every single episode. Really, the most that I've seen of RWBY was RWBY Chibi. So,
No, fair.
yeah.
That's
Fair
how
enough.
Oh
That's
my
how I got. That's how I got started in 2017. Was
What?
RWBY Chibi. It made it more accessible because my favorite RWBY scene was, well, it was actually one of the penultimate finale of Volume 6.
Really?
Where they where Blake and Yang were fighting off Adam, and they basically teamed up and finally took him down for good.
Yoink.
Which
Oh,
Yep.
good. If I'd have to say my favorite moment of the RWBY times, this year will mark my 5th year of being a RWBY fan. Discovering it after the ending of Friendship is Magic in 2019, going to my local Best Buy, picking up the box set, watching it all in 1 week, and absorbed years worth of knowledge in a very short amount of time. I initially was going to give up on the series because I skipped the trailers. I watched the first 4 episodes and was like, this show is just fine. And then it just rocked into amazingosity. We're like, okay, I'm so in. I want to see everything. And then I saw everything and I'm just like, man, this show is an experience. It's one of community, of belonging, of family, friendship, about learning from our past to make the future better. It's about everything. If you look at it long enough, you'll see a bit of yourself in every corner. And everything from the relationships to the fight scenes to the music to the story to every single which way is absolutely phenomenal. And you will enjoy it with all your heart if you just give it a chance. Best moments for me was easily the moments of love that is felt between all the characters that feel it. Some of the fight scenes as well. You got amazing fights
Right.
where everything is a gun. Everything is a gun, and it's just phenomenally done. So if you guys want to check it all out and seeing crazy kids doing crazy stuff, saving the world from the world's most destructive, I probably can't say, destructive mother, you could say. You could just yourself.
Yeah. Austin. Sometime during the summer, we need to get you to watch all 9 seasons of RWBY.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, Austin.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Just make sure you keep a pillow and tissues nearby. Don't ask me why. Just
Trust me, it's going to become a
Don't worry about it.
prerequisite. Yeah, it's going to be a prerequisite during volume after the end of volume 3.
Don't give it away. His life will be changed. He will be one of us.
I'm not giving it away. I won't give it away.
I know.
Give it away. It's just something he's got to prepare for.
All you beautiful people out there, you already know what we're talking about. Wink. Who wants some cookies?
Oh,
I can make cookies.
God damn it, Austin.
Summer cookies, right?
Yeah, I can make cookies.
Summer cookies. Let's do it. Wait, that sounds wrong. We can just edit that out though.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna say this right now. RWBY, no matter what happens to it after this weekend, RWBY has been a life-changing experience for me. I have watched it since 2017. I've kept up with it. I have kept up with it during, the good times and the bad. I've kept up with it during the hell that was COVID, and it's just been a constant for me. I figured, for the past few years, it's been wake up, eat, chores, and then RWBY, and for a lesser extent, Miraculous Ladybug.
yeah.
Na.
Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much all the times I have for the panel today. Is almost 20 minutes in. I just want to say thank you for letting us do this panel, and until we meet again, enjoy the summer of RWBY. Also, before we go, does anyone have anything they want to plug?
Ooh, yes, I'll be happy to do so, guys. If you want to follow me, LuckyTremendous on Twitter, @TremendousVA for my VA work. If you guys got a role that you need to fill, you guys can just hit me up there. I got 8 years of voice acting experience. My email is micklich, that's MICHLYCH 0 @gmail.com. You guys can find me over there. Up and coming, very, very fast to reply. Do not even hesitate. You guys, thank you so much for having me on. I've been doing Ozpin recreationally for the past couple years now. I feel so connected to this character. I'd love to cosplay him at a convention one day. I'll be sure to let you guys know if you guys follow my Twitter when and if I decide to do that. Always happy to meet up with you guys, to share stories, grow with you guys, just make the world a better place. Never stop moving forward, guys, because the second we do, that's the day we stop being creative, stop being us. Love yourself. Love your work, and hopefully I see you soon.
Right. And Austin, anything you want to plug?
I got a YouTube channel, which mostly focuses on Miraculous stuff and plenty of other things like album reviews and other cartoon episodes right now. If you want to check it out, it's ASLB247. That's ASLB247. And if you want to hit me up on social media, I've got a Twitter @AustinHolden15. I'm also ASLB247 on Instagram, and I've got a TikTok, and I've also got a Discord here in case it wasn't obvious. And I'll be happy to chat with you. I am helping Mark with editing and voice acting, and if you want to hit me up for either of those two, I'd be happy to help.
Yeah, he's going to be this week he's going to be Adam in one of my comic dubs, and in the next audio drama he'll be Roman Torchwick. So
yeah,
keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for those. Anyway, you guys can find me on my thing, Mark Zschiegner II, ZSCHIEGNER, and I'm also MChignerVO on Twitter, and all that fun stuff. So if you guys will see me soon, I'll see you guys soon. Until then, enjoy the summer of RWBY, and we're clear.
Take care, my friends.
Adios.
Thank you.